But lithium batteries are so expensive and so complicated. The truth is, that's no longer true. The truth is, they've come down in price to the same as a lead acid battery, if you can believe that, and they're not complicated at all. So since they're not expensive and not complicated, I have the solution. I'm going to give it to you. You stay tuned to the end of this video and you'll have the solution. Let's rock. So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about a new kid in town in the RV lithium battery space. Super Empower. This company reached out to me. This thing is so light, it's amazing. Same footprint as about a Group 24 lead acid battery. 100 amp hour lithium battery. So this company, Super Empower, reached out to me, and they have been creating batteries for a long time for industrial purposes. Now they're breaking into the RV space. And they reached out to me and said, we'd like to send you a battery. You get to keep it. We'd like you to do a review. There are no limits on what I can say. They did not tell me I have to give them a good review. They are not paying me for this review. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. And that's the only way I will do these things. I had a company reach out recently and want to give me a 12-volt air conditioner for a 5-star review. That's never going to happen on this channel. I said, no, thank you. I don't have a 12-volt air conditioner for free. So I'm going to do an honest review of this battery. It is a 100 amp hour lithium battery, and with the code I'm going to give you, it's going to be $139 on Amazon. That's amazing. So in this video, I'm going to give you the specs on this battery. I'm going to give you the features on this battery, and it's a feature-rich battery. And I'm going to tear out my 5 lead acid batteries, and I'm going to put this guy in, and I'm going to run my entire rig on one overnight with no electricity and no solar coming in, and we're going to find out what the voltage is in the morning. And so right now, let's talk about lead acid versus lithium and the voltage differences. I'm going to make this really, really simple. Let's begin. So here it is. This is the battery. It's in a footprint that is about the same size as a Group 24, like I said. And what makes this simple, so simple? It has something inside called a BMS, a battery management system. It's a little computer on board. It has temperature sensors, voltage sensors. It takes care of itself entirely. It won't let you charge it if you go below 32 degrees internally with the cells. It'll stop charging. The BMS will handle that. It won't let you charge it if it's over temperature, which is something like 95 or 96 degrees internal temperature. And so it takes care of itself, which is what makes it so simple. And it's 100 amp hours, and it's only 22 pounds. It's so light. It's amazing. So my Group 27s that I'm pointing past the camera because I'm pointing at my fifth wheel. The Group 27s weigh over 50 pounds each. And with 5 of those, I have almost my weight in batteries in my rig. And I'm going to be able to cut that in way less than half, because with 3 of these, I can have far more power than 5 lead acid batteries. Now, the reason my system exists as it does is because there was a time that this 100 amp hour lithium battery cost $1,000. I remember when lithium was getting popular, Battleborn was the big name, and they were $1,000 for a 100 amp hour battery. And I remember seeing RV channels that had 10 of them in a rig. That's $10,000. And so that was just not an option for me. So I went with lead acid, and I'm very happy with my system. It performs well. And in fact, while we were boondocking just recently in the 2 videos I just released about the Renaissance Fair and the Blue Ridge Parkway, I was running the mini split during the day with solar off of my 5 lead acid batteries. I want more power. And here it is right here. 3 of these is going to give me 300 amp hours of usable power. And I'll be able to recharge them with my 660 watts of solar on the roof. So let's talk about some of the voltages in this thing and what makes it different than lead acid, because the voltages and the charge profile is different. So as I just mentioned, charge profile. All RVs from 2023 on, the onboard, when you plug into shore power, your converter in the RV has a automatically sensing, it'll sense your battery type, either lead acid or lithium. The charge types are different because for a lead acid battery, the converter in your rig throws 13.6 volts and is stupid. It just always throws 13.6 volts, and the lead acid batteries love it, and it keeps them charged, and life is good. You can't throw a continuous never-ending charge at these or they don't like it, and so it'll cause damage to them over time. So from 2023 on, the converter on board your RV will switch to lithium. It'll charge it at a much higher rate, 14.5 volts, and then stop, and it won't overcharge it. So it has a different charging profile. And so that's what I'm talking about with charge profile. Now, for those of us like me, I've got a 2006 Cruiser by Crossroads. Absolutely love my fifth wheel. It's a quality build, and I just love my RV. But that converter is not going to work for this. And so to do this test, I'm simply going to unplug from shore power. This guy's going to run my RV overnight, and I'm going to run my television, my surround sound stereo system, my refrigerator, all my lights, the water pump, and all night long, the temperature's been getting down to low 40s and 30s already here in South Carolina. I'm going to run my furnace. It'll kick on and off all night. And I'm going to do that on just this battery, and we're going to see what the voltage is in the morning. Now, very quickly, we're not going to get deep into the weeds on this, but on my lead acid batteries, a full charge for lead acid batteries is 13.2 volts. You can find variants. People say a little bit different. I don't care to argue that. Whatever you want to think it is, it is. 13.2 volts is full lead acid batteries. 11.8 volts on a lead acid battery is empty. Don't go below that. If you go below it one time, you're not going to kill your battery. On my last trip, I got down to 11.6 because it was a cloudy day. It was hot. I was running the mini split and then didn't have enough solar to charge it. We went through the night, and in the morning when the sun came out, I was at 11.6, and then my solar brought me right back up. That's not going to damage the battery doing it once. So for lead acid, full 13.2, empty 11.8. For this guy, full is 14.6 volts. That's a lot of power. And then empty is 11.6, which is lower than the lead acid battery. Now the BMS in here will cut off and not give you any power if you drain this battery to 10.8 volts. If you get to 10.8, this thing just cuts off, you have nothing. And that's what I mean about it being simple. This guy handles himself. The cold weather, the hot, it has over temperature shutoff, it has over voltage shutoff. It literally protects itself in every way. And that's what's awesome about this thing. So for me to use this battery long term, I'm simply going to remove my converter, and I have a charger that I'm going to use that is lithium compatible. Instead of buying a very expensive lithium compatible converter, I'm just going to use a charger that I already own. Now, a little bit about this company. This company, Super Empower, reached out to me. They sent me this battery. It's mine. I get to keep it. They did not pay me for this review, and they did not tell me what to say. And so I'm going to give you an honest review. What they've been doing is they have been making lithium batteries for industrial purposes for quite a while. Now they're breaking into the RV and marine boating space, and so that's where we're at right here, right now. So here comes the testing phase. I'm going to go to my rig, take out 5 lead acid batteries. I'm going to put this guy in, and then once I get that set up, I'm going to go through the night, and I'll tell you what the voltage is in the morning. Now, let's go take out some batteries. Okay, so here's my current battery bay. I've shown it many times. 4 group 27 lead acid batteries right here. And there's number 5 right there. I had to build a little stand for it to sit right above my inverter. So I'm going to spare you watching me take these out, but I'm going to give you a pro tip before I start. Every lead I disconnect, I'm going to tape with masking tape. And trust me, when you work with these batteries and you work 12 volts, tape your ends. Tape the leads as you remove them, and save yourself the shock and the horror of being scared out of your wits when it arcs and sparks and they touch each other. So just do it. So I'm going to get that done, and the next thing you'll see is the lithium battery right here. Okay, this is darn near comical. So I did a short the other day on how the power was down. My hair was all standing up, but power wasn't down for me. I am not making this up. I'm taking these batteries out. Okay, so I got my 3 of them right there. There's 2 more in there. I no sooner got the 5th battery on the ground than power went out to the neighborhood. I kid you not. And power was down for me. Wow. Can't make this stuff up. But anyway, as the project progresses, I wanted to show you something. It's this guy. Is it weird that I literally feel like I have a relationship with this Harbor Freight Jupiter 2000 inverter? This guy served me in my motorhome for years, and it served me now in this 5th wheel for years, and it has never failed me. And today, this guy works exactly the way he is supposed to work the day I bought him from Harbor Freight. I'm keeping this thing forever. But the reason he's coming out, and I'm not getting rid of you, I promise, I'm keeping you. But the reason he's coming out is I'm getting lithium batteries here. I'm going to build my battery bank. And this is a 2,000 watt modified-sine, and I got, very affordably, the theme of my channel, this guy. So I paid for him, nobody sent it to me. A pure sine 3,000 watt inverter, and it was about the same price as that Harbor Freight 2,000 watt modified-sine. And with this, I'll be able to run my mini split and my old school roof air without a soft start with this guy and my lithium batteries. So it's future video on this guy. Make sure you like and subscribe, and then you'll see this guy come along. The other reason I got a pure sine is because I want to be able to run my freezer. I have a freezer for the end of the world, of course, because you know you want a freezer at the end of the world. But the freezer said in the instructions, don't run it on a modified-sine inverter. So I got this pure sine inverter. And when I give it a try, I'll let you know how it goes. Let's get back to the lithium test. All right. Well, I have a light on my head because I forgot today is that stupid day of the year where the clocks change, and we do this dumb thing in America that benefits no one, and we change the clocks. And it's dark. There's without my headlight. So I'll be doing this, hooking everything up in the dark, and then we're going all night. Okay, so it's the next day, not morning. When I started this test, I forgot I had to go to the VA hospital first thing this morning. Miracles do happen, and I got approved for my knee replacement. So I had to do a bunch of pre-op stuff, blood test, EKGs, get a class on pre-op and all that. And I had to leave this morning very early, and I did not have time to take this thing out. All I had time to do was check its voltage. When I left in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, the voltage on this thing was 12.6. I'm mind blown. I'm absolutely stunned and amazed. It's so fantastic. If I had 5 lead acid batteries in here, went through the night and did what we did last night, we watched a couple of shows on TV. We just lived normally. We ran the furnace all night and everything in the RV, as I have explained. My 5 lead acid batteries would be at 12.6. This one battery was at 12.6 at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I had to leave and leave it connected, and it ran all the way until 11 a.m. when my wife said, hey, the power just died. And then I walked her through turning the breaker back on and getting her back to power. And I just disconnected it and gave myself 1 battery so that I'm back up and running. I'm getting 3 more of these. This is amazing. This 1 battery went 17 hours running everything in my RV. And then it said, okay, I'm done, and it quietly shut down. So this thing is an absolute home run in my book. There's a link in the description if you want to go buy one for $129 for a drop-in replacement lithium battery. I'm blown away. I'm going to own 4 of them. I got 1, 3 more to go. I'm just going to get 1 a month. I'm going to get another one, and then another one, and another one. I'll have 400 amp hours of power. I'm amazed. And the staying power of this battery is so far beyond anything I've had in the past with 5 new lead acid batteries. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please click like, hit subscribe, and check for more. And I will see you in the next video.